Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. How you guys doing? So I've got a question for you guys who are in the chat at the moment. I don't know how many there of you there are. But I've got a fan on at the moment. I really do need to know if you guys can hear it. So I'm just gonna show up 2 seconds. So let me know if you can hear this. So, do you guys hear anything? Do you hear any like fan-related noises in the background or anything like that? I mean, I'm recording this, so all the people that are going to be watching the replay are going to enjoy this. But that is the price you pay for me recording this. I think I'm going to turn it down to... oh, that's actually... Oh, okay, never mind. I thought it was on high, it was actually on low. That's fine. Alright, that's fine then. That's fine. Okay, so we're getting going in just a few minutes here, really. Just wait for a few people to actually get into the stream. So at the moment I'm just building a T-34 as well, so while people get into stream, I'm just gonna like cut some of the plastic here. It is very hot though, like it is ridiculously hot. I went outside and cut the grass earlier on in about, oh boy, it was about 36 degrees and just too hot. Too hot. Absolutely redonkulous. I'd be glad to maybe get those kinds of temperatures every summer, yeah, and you deserve it. And I think you should take them back, really. Because it's too hot. It's just... dear. I'm going to have to open a vineyard, aren't I? I'm going to have to open up my own wine vineyard. But here we go. 6 o'clock. And we're ready for action, it seems. Okay. So, for those of you who have a weak constitution, avert your eyes now. And gaze upon my desktop in disgust. As I will eventually clean it up. Just not this year. Okay. I like that there, Paul. That's quite good. We've got a peaceful sinking feeling. I mean, we definitely sank the British motorist last turn, which is quite good. How you doing, Raphael? Good to have you as well. Roach, I try. I've not really tried that hard. The issue is, it's like I do organise it, and then it's like I'll switch my screens around, or like I'll unplug the computer and move it somewhere else, and then it'll just jumble them all up again. It's terrible. Oh, Paul, 40 degrees is just a bit above freezing, yeah, pretty much. Okay. So we're going to go in about 3 minutes, give people a little bit of a chance here. I did forget to put out an actual notification on YouTube, to be fair. But no, it's good to have the turn back. To be honest, I didn't expect the turn back so quickly, so that's quite nice. There we go. Okay, that's enough time. How you doing there, Carl? We got Carl, that's all we need there. Right here. So, don't know what the name of the turn is? We'll go and have a look. So, 15. Oh, he's doing this again. Where does it name it? Oh, I swear half the fun is actually seeing whether he's going to name the turn or not. Yeah, I mean, this is it. I didn't know he streamed, but it's like I got the turn back earlier on this morning. I'm like, whoa, okay. That's crazy. And nothing like the feeling of sitting in a trench in an island in the Solomons, am I right? Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, speaking of the islands, we did have a pretty good attack against Noumea last turn, actually. We had a good number of disabled, about 60, or maybe about 60 to 70 disabled in total, but no actual squads lost, i.e. destroyed. He did have about 2 squads destroyed, I think it was, but he had a 90 plus disabled, which is actually I would call that a victory there. It's one of those things, it's like, true, we didn't take the base, but we did actually score a very telling victory there. Because, frankly, we came off much better. We inflicted far more casualties upon a smaller foe, which is very good. We did obviously hit an oiler, the Pecos. We don't know if we sank her. We did get 4 bombs on there. Now, the thing is with these, like, tankers and oilers, it's like the fuel cargo burn can be quite deadly. I think the amount of damage that could potentially does depend on, like, how much fuel is aboard there. But, I mean, I don't know, this is it. It's like, they wouldn't be in the area empty. They're either empty or they're loading. There's only really ever 2 states for them. They're either full or they're empty. I mean, of course, you do have, like, half, but even then, that's still a substantial amount of fuel. So we're going to go forth and see how this all turns out. So I am recording this. And then I'll have this uploaded to YouTube after the replay. So the Kiddibatai will reform this turn. we did have a run-in with, like, I think they're like KVs, like Corvettes or AMs or something of that nature. With the one half of the Kiddipatai, so obviously both elements of the Kiddipatai are going to be reforming this turn as well. And so potentially if we try this again, we might be able to hit it and destroy it as well. We did see, okay, we catch Vanilla Lava over there. Now we did previously see more ships detected actually around Townsville, so we might be able to pick up some additional ships. We haven't seen the light cruisers for some time as well that we did see moving through the Bismarck Sea and into the Coral Sea. Unfortunately not been able to catch them as of yet. But the thing is, once they are found and discovered, they are going to be sunk. There's no real two ways about that. Ah, thank God for that. Okay, that's actually really... That's a very interesting position then. Okay, that is actually really quite interesting then. Was this a random encounter of a American submarine with salmon? Is it a random encounter? Because that's a very strange place to actually have some submarines there. She did miss with her torpedoes. But that's interesting actually. I wouldn't expect a submarine there, so that's something to know about. Okay, the task force is merging over there, so obviously we reformed them. I did make some changes off screen just to... Hello, we found a tanker. Ah, there we go. Angelina. Oh, that's a nice way to start out. Yeah, fuel cargo burning there, and the torpedo slamming into the side there. Very nice. Yeah, that's very, very interesting. Hopefully it doesn't have a fleet ready. I doubt he would have a fleet there, but it's... I don't know. It's one of these things, is it like an actual conscious decision for him to actually have a submarine there? Or was it actually passing through the area? I'm leaning towards it passing through the area, but it's one of these things. We do see an allied submarine over here as well, actually, speaking of submarines. And there we go. So the Angelina has been taken out. It looks as if she was on her own over here, which is really interesting. Yep, she goes down there. The Kiddipatai has reformed. But they're moving on towards Port Moresby, so we might not be in range of any additional tankers, but we will be moving towards Port Moresby. As far as it goes, it's like, we'll see what we can potentially find at Port Moresby. We did see a transport ship in that area, so we'll see if we can actually engage there. But we'll see what happens. We might potentially have range, and there's an AVP, okay. Well, we don't get torpedoes into the Pollux. How you doing there, Devout? Devout? Good to have you on board, as always. Right, okay, so we do see a few ships there. It looks like we caught the tanker on its own then, it seems. Ayoko... Yes, I did send them out from truck. I thought I'd send them out from truck. Those are the damaged ships there that can only repair in Japan proper. I'll have to double check that actual task force, make sure they're on cruise. But the good news is they're out of truck. Okay, so we're moving to the day phase. Moonlight is now at 50%, it was previously at 39%, so you can see the amount of moonlight is increasing. Therefore, the effectiveness of, well, submarines is going to increase. Okay, Skipjack does miss over here. Now that is it the 65th Brigade leaving for Mercer? It might be. Oh, okay. Hit but no explosion in the Kashai. Whew. Oh, thank God for that one. There we go. Okay. That was really lucky there. I'm very happy that we got lucky there. My God, that would have been bad. But thankfully, thank God for that. But the gig, well, the jig is up. He's going to be aware now. Now, that might be... I don't think that is the 4th Division, but we got very lucky there. Man, I'm happy about that one. Okay, so additional ships around Johnson, as we already knew about. Oh, we had a lucky turn there with these submarines, didn't we? Very lucky turn. Okay. Let's hope that this luck keeps on up. Right, we are seeing submarines there near Cooktown. Possible submarine there. 2 submarines over there. We are seeing a lot of allied ships over there by Port Moresby, actually. Very interesting. How you doing there, Killer? It's good to have you on board, my friend. Right, so if we're potentially within range, let's see. Level bombers in the area as to be expected. We are moving towards Port Moresby. Ideally, we will be able to strike at Port Moresby. I'm hoping that he will lose sight of the Kiddipatai, but we'll see about that. How you doing there, Tobias? Good to have you as always. Okay, so we can see our bombing runs over here on Wankau. Now, I will be moving these bombers into Hankau in the very short term. They're only really here until I can get the aviation support in Hankau ready. and then they will be thrown at the Chinese, potentially Changsha or potentially the Chinese forces over here, but we'll use them effectively. Yeah, I mean, this is it. It's like, we never know where the submarines are, but we're going to hope that we can avoid them. Okay. 2 hits there. Right, so we're going for the first of the bomber raids against Bataan, so we're starting, we're bombing at 16,000 feet, really. So we have 5 K-43 1B Oscars. Should be able to take them out quite easy. Well, one would imagine anyway, one would imagine. Come on, Oscars, don't let me down. Right, damage spins away on fire, that's fine. I can't remember if I was hitting the airfield. I think I'm hitting the airfield this time. Yeah, he's definitely doing something over here at Swanga. I might have to fly some aircraft out there just to try and hit them. God damn, I lose an Oscar? Jesus, how can they not? Well, okay. Fair enough. Right, we can see even at 16,000 feet there is flak that is effective. So it's unfortunate that we do lose an Oscar there. A little surprising, but well. Yep. Damage over here, that's very good. More bombers coming in. I don't think there's any aircraft within range over here at Wenkao. But as you can see, we are causing casualties each time, so soon... And this is it. I might stay here and hit the actual ground forces. There we go, hitting supply dumps. That's what I want to see. Yeah, naval strikes would be a nice idea. I've got, yeah, I'd say you're probably right on that one. He probably is using it to supply Bataan. But I don't know. It's one of those things like, I don't particularly mind how long Bataan takes, because we're just going to go for the siege. It's one of these, really. His men will probably break before the supply runs out, but we'll see how it goes, really. Right, air. Okay, let's see some strikes here, please. Got some air power that's apparently hitting them. That might from the Minikidipper type, but I'm not entirely sure on that one. Okay, I'm hoping that... There's a lot of ships around Port Moresby. I'm hoping that we can actually get within range of Port Moresby this turn. Because if we do, we're going to find some nice targets there. Right, cruiser mine layer. Yeah, so it looks like it's a good decision that we're not going to be landed by a ship. It looks like there's a couple other ships there at Bataan, unless they're just the same patrol boats, etc. Okay. It's a shame that he's going to be potentially aware now of forces moving into the Dutch East Indies. That is a shame there. But there's not much you can do about it. Plan's already in motion. I tell you what, I think I only had one submarine actually by Java at the time. So that's quite lucky for us actually to take out a tanker. Okay. Skipjack over here again. I mean, it's trying to torpedo a submarine chase, so that's probably very difficult to do. Troll boats over here, failed to find the skipjack. Okay. Yeah, pretty much. Are we going to see a... No? Okay, so it doesn't look like we're going to see another air phase here. That's okay. As far as it goes, we're aware now of ships at Port Moresby, so we'll be in a good position to hit them. I still don't know where the light cruisers are. Yeah, we actually torpedoed another tanker by Java, so that was very good. So it doesn't look like we actually follow up any attacks at Townsville. But the good news is he might potentially have lost the position of the Kitabatai, so he's not going to be aware that the Kitabatai has reformed. So this is it. It's one of these things of where it would have been nice to carry on attacking, but we know where targets are. We're going to be within range of those targets. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. So obviously we're bombarding over here at Changsha. We might be able to take Noumea this day. I'm hoping so. We'll see. Oh, that's looking excellent. Okay, so 69 casualties reported here. So this bombardment is really proving to be quite effective there. 2 destroyed, 8 disabled. I'm going to be moving more and more guns to the area of Changsha as well, so this is really good. And the good thing is as well, like, it looks like he can't touch us, so as far as it goes, I can keep on pummeling him from a distance and just really hurting his units. Obviously, this will increase as we bring in bombers as well. But once we have heavier artillery and more artillery, this is going to really hurt him. I'm hoping that they will continue to use supply as well. And here we go, we have the battle for Noumea. Day 2. As to whether we break them in this day, I'm not entirely sure. The 4th Infantry Regiment is not as powerful as it once were. The 144th is still in pretty good shape. The table equipment of these units was pretty good, but we have reduced the fortifications down to level 2, so maybe we'll be better off here, we'll see. Is it possible to attack Kukong from Nanning? Kukong's really far away from Nanning. Very far. But I could march there. Right, it's just the 4th Australian Brigade. I mean, that is a brigade after all. Come on, guys. I don't know how we'll do. It might be 3 days of battle, it might be 4 days of battle, but we will win here inevitably. It's just going to be a case of potentially if they surrender, really. Right, okay, Naval Guard get into action. Yeah, it's just the 4th Australian Brigade at the moment. 5th Mortar Battalion bombarding. 3rd Mortar Battalion bombarding. 17th Medium Field Artillery bombarding. 194, 112, reduces to 1. Okay, there we go. So it's going to look like one more day here. So, 299 casualties reported, 3 destroyed, 24 disabled. But yeah, now the odds are definitely changing. I think he can withstand this for one more day. So, the base Noumea doesn't fall yet, but it will. I don't think it's going to stand another day. We've reduced the fort level each time. You can see we did take less casualties than we did in the previous battle. So we did have some destroyed. Obviously that is due to the fact that we did previously have some disabled already. But 24 disabled, 5 1. But he's lost now 21 squads, another 46 have been disabled. So that's taken him to about 120, 130, something in that region. 15 disabled, 14 disabled, 4 guns of loss, 1 destroyed, 3 disabled. Again, we're not seeing any vehicles lost here. So it would have been nice to have had the victory here, but I think we will have a victory here. Like, as you can see here, the adjusted defense is 112. No, so that's going to be lower. We're still looking at 194. Yeah, as Roach says there, didn't lose any tanks, so that's still good. I think they are going to give out. They've lost some of their guns as well. They have a few guns, but it's the fact that they're losing the infantry. Preparation. But this is the good news. It's like we are within supply. I don't know what the supply situation is at Noumea, but they're not going to have an infinite amount of supply. The main thing is they can't actually reinforce at all. They can't resupply. So that's good news. Now, the actual excellent thing is that we will have a level 2 airfield at Luganville this turn, I do believe. So that's going to give us a lot of options. I'm not going to be using bombers from, let's say, Luganville to bombard. So what were your losses? I lost, what was it, 2 squads? We'll double check that one again. But about 200 and... was it 299? Something of that nature. Okay, so 13 casualties reported over here, 1 destroyed. So this is good news. We are slowly but surely grinding them down. There we go. So overall, not as... Yep, there we go. Luganville's expanded to a level 2 airfield. That's excellent. That's exactly what I need there in the region. That means that we can get G4M1s down to that region now. That's going to change things up. That's going to be a big change. I need to see where the Amagiri is. I need to see where the actual destroyer minesweepers are. I want to see, like, have they actually set out to deliver their men as of yet? We are going to be taking the islands of Raoul, Norfolk, and Lord Howe soon. How you doing there, biplane? Is it biplane? Yeah, biplane. I forget what your name is. How you doing there, dude? Can you bomb Auckland with G4 M1s from Luganville? No, we don't have that sort of range. But we will be able to cause quite a lot of the disturbance in that area. Okay. So it's unfortunate that one of his submarines did pick up on our invasion forces moving to the Dutch East Indies, but that's okay. It's one of these things of he picked up on one element, he didn't pick up on the main body. He hasn't picked up on the actual Miniki-Diputai moving into the area either. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. So as you guys can see, we do have a... Right, another engineer regiment has arrived. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Right, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead here and just quickly save this. So... There we go. How you doing there, Apollo? Yeah, we're actually going to be doing a succession series of Rule the Waves within the next week or two, actually. I think we're going to be playing as Russia, actually. I do generally leave that up to Tortuga and THG on that one, but I think we will be playing a Russian Rule the Waves 2 season, well, Succession series. So that's going to be quite cool. Okay, so it's going to do some stuff here. I'm just going to send the replay over. So it's going to be 2 seconds here, guys. There we go. Okay, right, man. Just going to send the replay over to THG, so it'll be 2 seconds. So I'm going to stop recording here, so for those of you who are watching this as a replay, thank you for stopping by, and see you next time.